66 million years ago, our planet experienced a cataclysm of almost unimaginable scale. An asteroid, a colossal rock some 10 kilometers across, hurtled through the void of space and struck the Earth with the force of billions of atomic bombs. The impact, centered in what is now the Yucatan Peninsula, triggered a global winter. Dust and debris choked the atmosphere, blocking out the sun and causing temperatures to plummet. This was the Great Dying, the event that brought the magnificent 150 million year reign of the non-avian dinosaurs to an abrupt and final end. But what if that day had been different? Imagine for a moment that the asteroid had missed. Perhaps its trajectory was off by just a mere fraction of a degree, sending it harmlessly past our world and back into the cosmic darkness. The dinosaurs, unaware of their near miss with oblivion, would have simply continued their lives. The colossal Tyrannosaurus Rex would still stalk the forests of North America, its thunderous footsteps echoing through the ancient ferns. On this Earth, the dinosaurs would not have remained static. Evolution is a relentless force, always pushing life to adapt and change. Over the course of 66 million years, we would have seen incredible transformations. The variety would be truly staggering. The oceans would still be patrolled by immense mosasaurs, their powerful jaws ready to snatch any unsuspecting prey. In the skies, the pterosaurs would have continued their soaring flight, perhaps evolving into even more spectacular forms. Mammals, our own ancestors, would have had a much harder time. In a world still dominated by reptilian giants, mammals would have likely remained small nocturnal creatures. They would be masters of hiding, living in burrows, in treetops, or in the darkest parts of the forest. Could humans have evolved in such a world? It seems unlikely that a creature like Homo sapiens could have thrived on a landscape patrolled by raptors and tyrannosaurs. Our ancestors would have been confined to the highest branches of the tallest trees, living in constant fear. However, nature is full of surprises. Perhaps a different kind of intelligent being would have emerged. The dromaeosaurs, intelligent predators with relatively large brains, grasping hands, and social structure. Over millions of years, could they have developed greater intelligence? If, against all odds, a human-like species did manage to evolve, our path would be one of extreme caution and ingenuity. We would need to be masters of camouflage, trap building, and cooperation simply to stay alive. Society would have developed in a state of permanent siege. Imagine a modern city in this dinosaur-filled world. Buildings would likely be much more robust, built on massive elevated platforms, far above the reach of larger dinosaurs. Transportation might involve elevated rail systems that snake between skyscrapers, keeping people safely above the ground. Daily life would be a mixture of wonder and terror. A morning commute might offer a glimpse of a graceful brachiosaurus munching on the treetops in the distance, a sight both beautiful and humbling. But it would also carry the risk of a dino delay on the transit system. The scientific and cultural benefits would be immense. We could study dinosaur biology, behavior, and intelligence firsthand, answering questions that paleontologists can only dream of. Zoos would be on an entirely different scale, perhaps entire islands dedicated to containing and studying these magnificent creatures. Ultimately, sharing our world with dinosaurs would be the greatest challenge humanity has ever faced, but also its greatest wonder. It would be a world of breathtaking beauty and terrifying majesty, a world where the past is not just history, but a living, breathing, and often very hungry part of the present.